Welcome to the Nature's Image Farm podcast. We're glad you're here. I'm Greg.
And I'm Susan. And together we're raising 7 kids on the farm and learning life lessons along the way.
So pull up a chair, rest your heels, and let's talk all things bees, homesteading, and the old-time ways.
Let's get after it.
If you're interested in NUCS, packages, queens, or supplies, visit us on the web at nature'simagefarm.com. Hey, good evening. I do that every time.
Good morning. Good evening. Super Bowl Sunday, and here's a bunch of homesteaders here to talk about seeds instead. Woot woot.
That's right.
Hope you guys have been enjoying the weekend and getting all those things done. It's starting to look like spring. At least it's feeling like it, isn't it?
Today, actually a couple times this week, it felt so much like spring. I wanted to dig in the soil and start doing something, but I know I need to wait a little bit, organize things, get myself mentally prepared for the season. So that's what I've been trying to do. I was actually sorting some beans that we had harvested, dry beans that we had harvested last year, and just really never got around to sorting. So I need to do that.
I kind of snuck away there from a little bit today and went over to the farm. What?
You got there? Ew.
What is
that? Ew.
Well,
dude, what have you been into?
Well, I guess that's part of today's story is show of hands here in the comments here. How many of you have a bunch of homestead projects that are completely undone, like not even close to being done? Leave us a comment and just say overachiever in the comments. We are how many years in? We've been here at this homestead since
Don't make me take my shoes off.
Started on it in 2014,
2015, yeah.
And it has been a work in progress just to try to get this place in ship shape. Yeah, it's been tough. So we've been it's the original bathrooms in this place.
I think,
and it is a very very humble and modest abode. A manufactured home from 1999. So it is just has not much of those remnants, left except for the bathrooms. And it just one thing after another has finally gotten bad. Tubs cracked, floors rotted out, and I finally had to start yanking all that stuff out, and it's just been a nightmare. So today I have attic glitter all over my insulation,
so
blown
gross.
cellulose from the ceiling, getting all that pulled out. Today I've been cutting ceilings, cutting floors, cutting pipes, cutting wires,
cutting electric,
just you name it. It's been tremendous. But anyways, what I was going to say is I did get to spend a little time out over at the farm today, and I took some Ultra Bee pollen and I put that out in a bunch of Jester Easy NUCS just to see if the bees were ready for it. And I had some pre-made pollen patties from God, it's been 3 years ago now. Still good, still in a bucket. Scoop some of that.
Are those the ones I made?
I think they're other ones you made. They're the ones that the bees, the ones that the bees liked. So we put a bunch of that stuff out there, and just to give them. And I no sooner got the truck, maybe an eighth of a mile from the bee yard with the bag of Ultra Bee open. I no sooner opened it, and I'm getting buzzed left and right. It was so awesome to see the bees.
That. Yeah.
So that was fun. It was nice just to get out there. I know I couldn't stay long. Just had to real quick go out there and do that. Had to go grab a couple things from the workshop and head back to the house to get on this bathroom renovation. But anyways, that's what we've been up to. But I've got a feeling we're not the only ones here with too many irons in the fire, and it's just that's the homestead motto here. Is you just you bite off more than you can chew, and you find out how to eat it cold. And every year we get a little better, and we take smaller bites in there to get warmer and warmer. But But anyways, I want to thank everyone for spending some time with us tonight. There's a lot of folks in here. I got a shout out to Grayson over at Wildwoods Honeybee Farm. We've got Mac Apiary Bees Tom. We've got our buddy Keith Spielman, Cody Walker, Steve and Jane, our friends here from the Hopewell area, our buddy Tennessee Tim McCandless, Jimmy Warner, Trails End Farm, Randy Reed. Good to see you, Randy. Michelle Spillman. Now the Spillmans have enough internet; they both can be on. Now
No
I'm
fair.
jealous. I'm jealous on that. Mr. Joshua Cantrell, uh, he's what a cool dude there. He's a picker and grinner and got those golden voice pipes. He's a great bluegrass musician. We got Jimmy Warner. We got our friend Hannah Costello's on. Tar Heel Beekeeper, Randy
Easy for
Southard,
you to say,
Stacy
huh?
Waltman, Chris at Drop Tine Farms, Brad Hutchinson, Jeff Thomas, our buddy Charlie Vance, West Virginia Hillbilly Honey, and why I've got that up. Got to thank Charlie for all his help behind the scenes, helping out with the Mountaineer Beekeepers Conference coming up here. You can go to mountaineerbeekeepers.com and get your tickets before they're out for the March 17th West Virginia Conference, Honey in the Hills. So many great speakers: Fred Dunn, Humberto, Dr. Robin, Paul Kelly. The list goes on and on and on and on. And we have the honor of speaking as well and presenting, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there. But it's the time of year where the maples are starting to bloom, or not bloom. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted.
Oh, come on.
The maples are budding.
Yes.
The silvers and the reds are just starting. When I look out my window out here, I can just see every day you start to get a little bit of texture out of the tops. Yep, you can just start to see it. So
yeah,
we are really heading towards spring in a hurry, and I've got this feeling deep on the inside. A lot of us, if you're watching tonight, if you're talking, we're going to be talking about the Susie's Cheap Seed Challenge. If you're into growing food, if you're into bees, if you're into homesteading, you are probably we're probably all cut from the same cloth. And so I don't feel like I have to make any kind of excuse to say this, but we are all in tune with nature, with that whole entire cycle of life. A lot of us have been feeling that spring is coming early, and I think we're going to be on track for like we were last year. So we'll see if that plays out again. But I think the woolly worm was 100% spot on, and I am mentally and physically, and even on deep down in my spirit, I feel like we are heading towards spring in a hurry. So that helps kind of propel us in our plans. But one of the things coming is things are going to start to be growing.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the spring growing season, Suze?
I am so excited. I love growing. It changes. It changes every year. So as our kids get older, it can be more helpful and show interest in things. Of course, that comes with busyness too. But I think that it's just fun. And the more, it seems like when I slow down enough to take the time to sow seeds, I never regret it. It didn't matter if I had a newborn, which seemed like I always had a newborn those first, that first decade that we had kids. But it just seems like I just need my hands in the soil.
There's something special about your hands in the dirt and seeing something grow. For me, it's nothing short of miraculous when you can look at one little seed and have that seed start to germinate and grow. And it's really amazing when you think about the hundreds of pounds that can come off a food that can come out of one little tiny seed. If you can't look at that and not somehow tie in that there is some kind of divine ordination to it all, I can't help you. I can't explain it to you, but there is something special about that. It's like when we look at a box of bees and we're just absolutely taken back and saying, what is going on here? There is something divine about that nature of growing, especially the seed. It is such a beautiful thing. And I think a lot of folks, whether it's uncertain times, uncertain economic times, the food system, there's so many things that are challenging that aren't getting better. And we're not here to fearmonger. This is not clickbait. This is not the world is ending. What do we do now? No, this is the way things have been heading for quite a long time. And I think they'll continue to. But there's a lot of things that we can do. We can be that change that we want to see. We can get our hands in the dirt. We can take responsibility for our food, what we're actually bringing into our body. And I think a great way to get folks involved is just to get started. Just plant that seed.
Yeah. It's so simple. I mean, the thing is it is so simple. It is one of those things that anybody can do. You don't have to have a specific skill set. You don't have to have a green thumb, believe it or not. I don't think that, I think so many people think, oh, I don't have an acre to plant a garden, or I'm not going to have, the money to do this, that, or the other. I am here to tell you that no matter where you start, you can start somewhere and go up from there. So just start. And at the Dollar Tree, there's really, really great resources to do it on a budget. So,
well, let's get into it. I think that this Tennessee Tim has a great comment here that I think sums it up. You can count the seeds in an apple, but how many apples are in one apple seed?
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
So, Susie, you're always inspiring and encouraging folks to get their hands in the dirt and just get started. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know how to do everything. There are so many ways that you can grow food, and you can grow it on the cheap with things that are laying around. You can recycle, you can upcycle. There's a lot of things that we're going to talk about this year on how to do just that, how to grow plants, how to save your seeds, how to trade seeds with your friends, how to keep family legacy plants in circulation. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so, Susie, what got you going? What kind of triggered the, hey, let's do something. Let's get folks on fire for growing food?
Well, I've always loved gardening since I was a little girl, but I made a trip to the Dollar Tree and we needed a couple little things. And of course, I walked out with, well, we'll be exact, $13.50 in seeds. And let's just say these seeds are 4 for $1. So I don't know if you can see that on the screen.
4 for $1.
4 for $1 still. Now,
that's
so
25 cents.
Dollar Tree, it's not $1 anymore. It's $1.25. So we're just going to make that clear right now. But these seeds are still 25 cents a packet, which is great because everybody's got a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General around the corner. Dollar General is the next yellow Walmart. So everybody has got some sort of store like that. And maybe you don't shop there, but if you are struggling to afford your own groceries, one way that you can maybe try to stretch your buck, okay, I buy lettuce every week. Okay, well, how about we buy lettuce once and sow these seeds every 2 or 3 weeks, and you will have lettuce for the whole summer. So, and then you've just stopped the cycle of going to the grocery store for that thing.
And you grew it.
So you know where it came from. You can harvest it fresh. It didn't get shipped from Argentina and maybe or maybe not, got something sprayed on it or whatever. I mean,
you won't get any kind of E. coli warnings from the grocery store saying,
right, like your recall notices. And so, and like the best part about these seeds is they're 25 cents. If they don't, obviously I have to say people will say, oh, don't use cheap seeds. Cheap seeds don't grow.
Baker Creek seeds are nothing.
Right. So if you can
them
afford
things are like $5-6 a pack.
If you can afford $3 to $6 a pack, that's fine. Go for it. I think that's great. But if you are on a budget and it's not within your means to go and spend $3 and $4 and $5 a pack for each seed package, then don't do it that way this year. Do it this way and start somewhere.
Well, heck, even if it is within your means, and even if you do have the money to spend as much as you want on seeds, why not go to Dollar Tree and get 4 seed packs for $1 and grow that? I mean, if you want to talk about the highest return on your investment, a 25-cent seed. I mean, one of these, let's see one of these. I mean, of course, like lettuce, for 25 cents, there's, I mean, there's hundreds of seeds in here.
There is. And so I don't know how many 400 milligrams is as far as the seeds in there, but
you're talking about it, at a minimum, probably 1 pound of food.
And these are all, this is more of like a romaine head lettuce, but the long head. And this is more of like a leaf lettuce, but these are non-GMO seeds.
Wait. You mean, are you trying to say that cheap seeds can be high quality seeds?
I'm saying that they can be. This particular variety is even heirloom. So when you get an heirloom seed, you can save those seeds and let that lettuce bolt, and you can save the seeds from that and re-sow them.
Wait, so you're telling me they're cheap? You're telling me they're non-GMO, they're heritage varieties,
heirloom.
they're heirloom
We're not
varieties,
talking about animals.
and you can grow hundreds of pounds of food for like dollars?
25 cents.
Come on now.
I know.
If that doesn't tickle your fancy, I don't know what to tell you. It's fun to,
how can you argue with that?
I know you can't. Look, I get it, folks. I 100% get it. When the Date or the Man Lake catalog comes in, or the Baker's Creek,
they're beautiful.
or the Seed
I
Saver
am not
magazines,
knocking any
when they
of
come
these.
in, it's fun. You're flipping through, you're seeing this, you're seeing that.
A
right?
cup of herbal tea and a seed catalog is my favorite thing to do in the winter. I'm not gonna lie, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna stop at the Dollar Tree and get some of these amazing seeds, because I always want to try something new, even if it's just a new variety of lettuce. And I think it's fun. And for 25 cents, I can afford to feed my addiction.
You can. Hey, and when the kids want to get involved and they want their own little corner patch and they want to be responsible for it,
they might forget to water it for weeks on end.
They work. Look, the cool thing with kids on the homestead is they always want jobs to do to make money. So we give them a job, they make money, and then when they want to take their own money and they want to go to Dollar Tree and buy their own seeds so they can raise their own garden, come on, folks.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. Getting that next generation off to the next start.
And they can get their own container. If you don't have, old buckets, or, ice cream pails are great. Poke some holes in the bottom of something, and, to give it a way to get that extra water out. But I tell you what, you can do it on the cheap. You really can.
And that's the fun part.
So then you can afford to get your kids involved, because it's not your, $5 pack of heirloom seeds that they just ruined by forgetting to water it.
That's it. So the cheap seed challenge. We need your help, though. We're trying to figure out, like, what's the best way to structure this. We want to get the word out to as many people as possible. We want to see as many folks, not only planting seeds and tending a garden, but taking photos and sharing with each other, and encouraging, inspiring their own network of folks, trading tips and tricks. And hey, what about this and that? Like, let's get this conversation moving forward. Let's talk about plants. Let's talk about growing food. Let's talk about growing it together. That is an awesome thing. What we'd like to do is make this fun, right? Maybe have some kind of a challenge. We're struggling to try to figure out some of the I don't want to say rules, but so here's a couple things that we're thinking, and leave us some comments here below. And if you're listening to this on the Nature's Image Farm podcast, or you're watching a replay, leave us a comment on the YouTube replay too, so we can keep track of that later too. But so we're trying to think of maybe some ground rules that we can all have fun. And one thing that we were talking about doing is, if we can get everybody to go to Dollar Tree and at least buy a handful of seeds, spend $1, but if we can all find the same variety of something.
Well, a lot of, actually, I do have to say, if you don't have a Dollar Tree close, but you have a Dollar General or a Family Dollar, a lot of them have this same variety of the American Seeds brand. And these are always for $1. Even at my closest store is actually a Family Dollar. No,
Dollar General.
Dollar General. I'm sorry. Yellow Walmart. And that's my closest store to us. And so I could go there and get these same seeds, anywhere, but it's hard to pick just one variety. I feel like it's just I feel so claustrophobic being told I have to grow just one thing.
Well, no, not say you have to grow one thing, but it would be fun if we could all find the same variety of something.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to perform and be different for all of us.
Oh, I know.
But wouldn't it be cool?
Southern people are going to get so much more yields.
To know that there's a bunch of us growing the same exact thing, and then we can kind of see, how does that do in different parts of the country? What kind of yields? Is it good? Is it not? But then it's just a fun challenge. We want to be able to give away some seeds.
Yeah.
Have some fun giveaways too. We've got a lot of really fun heritage I keep saying heritage like these are hogs.
These are hogs. They're not
I can't
hogs.
not stop saying that.
Sorry, that's not what he meant.
Heirloom. We've got a lot of really seeds of antiquity, some heirloom seeds, some from hundreds of years ago, that just folks like us have just they've been in our families, and we keep them going and growing, and then we pass them along and we pass them along. That's the really cool.
And I pray that I get a yield each year, because sometimes you get bugs that will just literally decimate something. I had that happen to my squash last year. I was so sad, because although you want to give it to your neighbor as soon as you're sick and tired of seeing the 15th or 16th squash, I tell you what, when you don't get any at all, you want to cry. That's the year that you want it the most.
So as I pull up, I'm gonna try to pull something up here, Susie. As I do that,
okay.
Talk to us about what did you have? What do you picture? What do you have in mind with the seed challenge?
Well, I would love to do something where, like, we just keep each other going and growing. Let's try to encourage each other. I think that could start with a hashtag, so that if you are on Instagram versus Facebook versus whatever, that you're hashtagging Cheap Seed Challenge. And I think that would be super fun. But I also think that if we were to pick one variety of something, whether it be a tomato or a cucumber, something easy that could grow in a bucket, or, you don't need a lot of space to grow necessarily. My garden might be smaller than the next person that doesn't have 7 kids, and but they produce all of their own food, and we cannot. I don't have the time in the day to produce as much food as we would consume, but we try hard to do as much as we can with the time we have. So, like, something that is attainable for everybody. Most people have the room on a porch or a outside their door or whatever for a bucket. So maybe a tomato that could be, staked, or a cucumber that could be vined up on, sticks that trellis up. I just don't want it to not be attainable for everybody and be fun, but also to encourage everybody to grow something this year. If it's not this, do a Super Bowl of lettuce.
Wow.
Where's the thing? Why didn't you do the thing for me?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Not that one.
Oh, not that one.
That was so rude.
Not that one either. Oh.
You're just
good job. You nailed it.
Razzing me now.
Oh, that's fun.
But,
there's so many fun ways to grow food and kind of share what we do, and the good, bad, and the ugly too. Those hornworms come, and they're just the most gnarly but yet beautiful things that you ever did see on your tomatoes, and it's fun watching the chickens fight over them. And
squash bugs. Squash bugs are so bad. Flea beetles, aphids. I mean, you name it, they will eat whatever you've got.
Slugs, cabbage worms.
Okay, Greg.
Okay, wait.
Now you're making me depressed.
Let's not go there yet. Well, hey, let's do this. We're gonna have a couple giveaways tonight. The first round, why don't you pick a handful, 4, 5, 6 seed packets out of there.
I think there's so many beautiful. Sorry, I'm going to try to pick some. I organized them, which is probably not the best thing I should have done, but I organized them. I think the Swiss chart. Okay, I'm a Swiss chart lover. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't.
Okay, so Susie's going to put a bundle of seeds together. Yes. Now, I don't have our stream team guru.
Where's Brian?
Brian on here. So so bear with me here. We're going to use hashtag free seeds.
Free seeds. Okay.
Free seeds. Okay, so let's see.
Greg's got to be smarter than the computer.
I can't see over the thing. Let's see.
Ooh, peas are good. Okay, we got to do something really bright too. How many packets? A whole $1's worth?
Whatever. You're the boss. Whatever you think.
Something really yummy. Got to have yummy stuff, but I want it to be colorful too, guys.
Okay, hashtag free seeds. Okay,
free seeds.
It should be doing its thing. Now I'm going to try to do what Brian does, and when he shares the screen thing, Brian's gonna watch this later and laugh. Let's see.
He probably will laugh at you, because I mean, come on, man.
Window.
Who can't figure that out? Oh, I got so many goodies. I don't know which ones to. Gotta have some. There's gonna be more than $1's worth, guys. I'm sorry, but there's too many good ones in here. I'm trying to get all the ones that are. That says container variety.
Hey,
that's
look,
fun.
Somehow I at least did that.
Okay. Well, did you know how to do it after that though? How do you
I don't know where to go. There it is. Bring it back in.
bring it back in? I don't know how to do any of it, so good thing I'm not doing it. Once you give everybody it says there's 19 entries already. That's fun. Oh, look, 21.
Okay.
I know how to read. Yay.
That's great.
I've got so many good varieties.
Those radishes
guys.
look amazing.
Don't they?
The
I've got
Swiss chard.
spinach.
Got to put some kale.
Oh, you think kale? I didn't know if everybody would like kale, but then again, Swiss chard, not everybody.
I think
likes
let's try to do a kale.
Kale first.
Okay.
Let's
how about a squash? Do you have a squash? I know squash is everyone is usually overrun.
This particular one wasn't non-GMO.
I know everyone's usually overrun with squash or cucumber.
I got
Let's get a nice ground, like a nice vining plant.
I do. I have one.
Okay.
Yep, I have a cucumber in there.
All right.
I have peas in there.
Okay, let's
Sugar snap peas are the funnest to eat while you're gardening.
Let's show the
I call them
there.
my lunch snack. I go into the garden and I actually I'm not sharing the screen. You can't see.
Right there. Oh, yep.
Okay, here we go. There's all these different ones. I don't know which direction this is going. I'm sorry, guys. But this is fun stuff. I mean, just believe me when I say this is all really fun stuff. So
all right,
I've got
we're gonna draw
handful.
it. Ready? Let's see.
I feel bad. Okay.
There it goes.
There we go.
Where
Who's gonna win? Nobody knows. Woo! Yay!
Mac Apiary Bees.
Yay!
Tom, I think that's Tom Weiner. Sorry, I forget how to say your last name. I think it was formerly Wayne's Bees. If that's you, awesome. And if that's not you, that's awesome too. Whoever Mac Apiary Bees. So cool. All right. Well,
Yay!
hey, I'm impressed that I was able actually to do that.
I'm so proud of you.
Tom, shoot me an email. If you don't have it, go to our website at nature'simagefarm.com. Click on the contact us, and then you can shoot me an email right from there.
You're getting $2 whole worth of seeds. That's
$2 whole dollars.
8 varieties. You could have an entire garden of seeds just with these right here. Isn't that fun to think?
Yeah.
I mean, that is literally enough food to put salads together for the whole summer.
That's amazing.
And just go through and graze. I mean, that's enough seeds. Kale, spinach, radishes, lettuce, cucumber, Swiss chard, peas. Oh, I did another kale. Okay, I'll pick you something else.
Well, see,
I just really love kale.
Not a lot of those are like, you can do really well. Even if you don't have any experience yet, it's going to be a great bundle.
I know.
Now, I'm pretty sure Tom's good to go. But stay tuned. We're gonna have we're gonna do another seed giveaway.
Oh, I got carrots in there. You're gonna have a whole fresh salad in here.
And I've got something else. I've got something bee related. What do you guys think about something bee related here a little bit later? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want if you want a little bee giveaway, then just put bee giveaway in the comments, and I'll pull something here off the corner I'm thinking about.
I'm so proud of you for doing that. I've got the packets right here. These are so fun. And I feel like you could really, like I said, this is an entire delicious salad. Everything in here could create just the most amazing fresh vegetables for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
I mean, growing food, raising bees.
It's so fun.
Shooting guns.
But it gets you outside. It gets you into nature. I feel like I'm a wild cat on PBS Kids.
Yep.
But get outside and get into nature. And that's what they say to the little kids when my kids watch PBS Kids. And I tell you what, it's true, because when you get out, you get sunshine, you get vitamin D, you get healthy, you feel better, you're more energetic, and you're getting all those fresh, vitamins and nutrients that you need. And when you grow your own food, you know exactly what zip code it came from. You know the footprint that it came from, the soil that you belong to, the biome that you belong to. You are feeding your natural gut biome, the biome that you live in. That's super important. And I think it's one of those things where when you do that for yourself, you're investing in your health. So I think just keeping that in mind, that's it. That my passion is definitely in the garden, and being outside and getting my kids involved in all that. It's super, super important to me that my kids see me do it, because when they see that it's important to me, that it becomes important to them to try those things. Maybe one kid goes, and I have many kids that have done this, I don't like peas. I don't like carrots. I don't like spinach. I don't like kale. Oh, well, maybe you like it this year, but you didn't like it last year. And maybe you'll try it because you grew it and you picked it with your own hands. And all of a sudden those green beans start to look a little bit yummier, or maybe they don't because they picked so many and shelled so many. I don't know. But either way, I think it's really important to show them that it's important. Mom's taking the time to do it, so you can too. So
that's awesome. We've got to give a shout out now, folks. We've got big news. I mean, this is big time news. So if you're in the middle doing something really important, you gotta pay attention here.
Stop your Super Bowl.
Yep, and you can say you've heard it first. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Okay, our buddy Seth Hill. You guys know him. You love him. He works bees with our friend Bob Benny. You know Seth. You've seen him in a lot of videos. What you don't know is Seth is behind the camera on a lot of those videos with Bob Benny. And we are absolutely excited and pumped up to announce that Seth Hill at the Appalachian Bee Ranch, he's got a brand new YouTube channel. Just started it today.
Woo!
So definitely, whatever you do, make sure later on tonight, you go over to Seth Hill at Appalachian Bee Ranch, hit like, subscribe, shoot that fella a comment, show him some love. He's a good dude. We need to go out and support guys like him that's doing good work. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's a lot of fun to work bees with, and he's just a good, solid dude. So make sure you go over to Seth Hill at Appalachian Bee Ranch and check out his YouTube channel tonight, and be on the lookout for an exclusive interview with Seth Hill on the Nature's Image Farm podcast and channel. And we're gonna get to know Seth a little bit better this week. So
that's so fun.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Congratulations, Seth. That's awesome.
So cool.
That is awesome. Awesome.
So there's this, what is some of the challenges with growing food is, I think a lot of times is just that kick in the pants.
Well, I think, more than anything, because I'm that person that doesn't want to start something that I don't know what the finish looks like. And I don't know if anybody else is like that. If it's just me, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Greg starts tons of things that he doesn't know what it's going to look like when it's finished. But I am very visual, and I work well when I know what my goal is and what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And so, unfortunately, gardening isn't a exact science. Kind of like everything we do in life, child rearing,
right.
The bee yard is not an exact science. I think you have to just start. And for me, that means if I can keep it cheap and cheerful, I don't feel like, because I am the budgeter, I am the doer of all grocery things. I am the doer and maker of the homestead meals. I feel like I'm responsible for that for my family. And if I blow my money on what in my mind, I feel like if I'm blowing my money on those things and then they don't pan out, I feel badly that I've invested time and money and it didn't turn out. And maybe some people will be like, oh, it's just an experience. I'll chuck it up on my chart of experiences and fun things. But for me, I'm very I hold myself accountable, and I want to invest my time because it's so precious with so many kids. I want to invest my time in something that's going to kind of pan out. And so I feel like you just sometimes, though, if you can start off a little bit cheaper, and maybe reuse and repurpose things, like maybe there's an old tote that your kids accidentally cracked, or a bucket that, has a leak. A leaky bucket, your plant won't care.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Because once that you can't, pale water the chickens in it, but you can use it to grow something in. And do you remember? Okay, so we got these pipes. What are they called? Clay, like a terracotta pipe.
Well, they're what's the name of them things? They're some of them were clay tiles, but they're used for chimneys, fireplaces.
Okay, so we found these at like a repurposed store, and they were cheap. Okay, super cheap, and we didn't end up using them all on a smokehouse that we had built. And I said, I feel like this could be used for something. Well, after a ground nest of wasps stung me getting them, I decided I would grow my herbs at the end caps of my garden beds. And so it's kind of an end cap to each garden bed, and it got repurposed.
Mm-hmm.
I just add a little bit of fresh soil to the top each year, and I sprinkle whatever it is. Some things actually come back, like my chamomile comes back each year in it. but I redo basil. I put that at the end cap of my tomatoes. I put dill at the end cap of my cucumbers. I actually think this year I'm going to take some of the cylindrical ones and try to grow some celery.
Oh, cool.
So I've grown celeriac before, but I think it's just not feeling like you have to have an acre garden, or feeling like you could literally grow something in an old ice cream pail. You can grow it in an old ice cream
You
pail.
can get a seed started, and you can take your eggshells after you crack your egg and start your seeds in the
cartons,
or
the shell or the carton.
Put it in the shell and put that in the carton and water that rascal. There are so many awesome ways that you can do so many of the stuff to grow food. And you don't need us to go down this path, but we all can see how far removed society is from the food system.
Yeah.
When kids don't know that food's not grown in the back room of a grocery store.
Yeah.
When kids don't know that their McDonald's hamburger comes from a cow that's slaughtered.
Their French fries or potatoes. And it's true stories that they don't know.
It's a very scary thing when they don't know where their food comes from. And I told you I wouldn't put my tinfoil hat on tonight.
Don't.
But where that's also scary is when the next generations, when they don't know where their food comes from. An abominable burger, what do you call those fake meat burgers? Abominable burgers?
I don't know. They're starting to 3D
burgers.
print them now. I saw.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. 3D printed meat burgers. Come on now.
I'm gonna pass on that bandwagon.
But see, what I'm saying is if they don't know where their food comes from, they could care less if it's in a whatever.
Yeah, we want our kids to know better.
It's a slippery slope. It's a downward spiral, and if we don't step in and do what we can now as a society to be that lighthouse, to be that change, to get folks, get the back to the land movements kicked up again, to get folks excited and pumped up to raise their own food and at least try. Before too much longer, it's going to be like every apocalyptic video or book you've ever seen, when we're just relying on the mush or the pill for nutrients. That's terrible. That is no way to be.
Yeah. And I tell you what, my kids think some of the stuff that comes out of the garden, either it is like, it just tastes so different. When I can literally have a lunch of fresh cucumbers, sun ripened, literally warmed tomatoes, grape tomatoes, and sugar snap peas. And it'll be my lunch as I'm getting stuff done in the garden. It's amazing. I love that time of year where the produce is actually starting to come in. So I just think it's so exciting, and I can't wait to see other people's experiences with it this year. I am excited.
So we're going to do this thing together. What we want you guys to do is get excited about going to Dollar General or Dollar Tree, anywhere, getting cheap seeds. Okay. Take photos of you, post it on our farm page at Nature's Image Farm.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit #CheapSeedChallenge so we can all just click that hashtag and then follow everyone's journey throughout the entire year.
This is going to be so fun. I'm going to be so pumped to see your guys's. I'm going to actually try to go this week and get into the Dollar Tree, because I didn't take a picture of myself. I don't do that. But I'm going to try to have one of the kids take a picture of me in front of the stand, either at the Dollar General or the Dollar Tree, and post that on the Instagram and the Facebooks and all that.
I think you need to have a video. I think you and the kids need to go on a Dollar Tree seed shopping spree and just get a bunch of seeds.
Are you giving me permission to get even more than I already had?
I
got some loot already.
I'm thinking if you spend all of our money at Dollar Tree, then maybe there won't be enough for a freeze dryer.
That's not nice. Where's the wah? No, that wasn't the right button. Darn it. I need these labeled.
I think you're looking for that one.
Yes, that's the one. Oh man, that's not funny.
But okay, so remember, #seed.
Cheap seed challenge. You need to hashtag it so we can see it.
Oh, so
can you type it in without, because you can't say it and see it at the same time.
#cheap
seed challenge.
Okay, so we're going to have more on this as this kind of thing develops. We wanted to bring you along at the very beginning as this is starting to come into fruition. See how I did there?
Fruition.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Sorry. I like these buttons. I like to push your buttons. Boop.
Yeah.
But
you do.
We're going to figure this thing out. We need your help too. If you got any ideas on how we can reach the most amount of people, how we can all have this experience and sharing it together where we can stay connected doing it.
Yeah.
And then do we need to have a couple incentives, some seed giveaways, some garden bundles, some fun stuff that we can just help just keep things fun and exciting throughout the entire season. Let us know what you guys think. We really want to be seriously, we want to be the change that we want to see in us for. We want to help folks get off to a good start in everything in life. But right now, let's focus on growing food. Let's raise bees. Let's raise families on the homestead. Let's get back to the dirt. Let's get back to that way of living where it's a simple life. It can be complicated, but it's simply complicated in the most beautiful form out there. It's truly an honor to live this life that God's given us. And we want to share that with folks. We want to encourage folks to do the same thing. Get your hands in the dirt. Get down in there. Let's get after it together. We're looking forward to it. And here's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Lisa over at Grammy's, a seed
Lisa,
swap.
that's a great idea.
We should do a maybe, yes. Okay, so that it gets me thinking. Rather than us every Sunday night just ramble on about stuff too, let's occasionally get some guests on here and let's check in on the Cheap Seed Challenge across the country. Let's bring some folks into this conversation from all over the country.
Swap would be so fun.
It would be fun.
So fun, because some of those heirloom seeds that like we've been given and blessed with that are so fun to grow and you cannot find them anymore. And if you can, they're expensive because they're rare. But I grow them in abundance because they're from my region and I think they're amazing. So I think even if you're giving a few seeds to a friend, one seed can produce so much. And if you show the person how to preserve and save that seed, it can keep impacting generation after generation after generation. And they can remember when they were given those seeds.
It's a special thing when you have someone who can there just to get you off to a good start, to support someone that you can ask them any question and they're gonna answer out of love and just help you get off to a good start. That's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
It's not a contest on who can grow the most or who has the best. It's fun to do those kind of things, but where I think this Cheap Seed Challenge, let's challenge each other to do better. Let's challenge each other to get somebody involved and to grow in their own food, knowing where it comes from. Let's keep each other accountable. Let's challenge each other to maybe give away some seeds, give away some plants. Do what we can to get folks connected with real food that the hands were in the dirt to grow.
Yeah.
To me, that's awesome.
Well, and I have to say this because our kids were part of my older one was a part of a kind of like a key club for homeschoolers. And we had a gentleman come in from the food bank and he said the number one thing they get the least is fresh fruits and vegetables, which is so sad to me because these families are getting boxed, meals. And if it's the only meal you can have, please take it. But they're not getting fresh eggs. They're not getting, if you have abundance of eggs in the summer, yeah, sure, water glass them, but give some to a food pantry. If you end up having more squash than you can know what to do with, give some to the food pantry. Do you know they'll take it? They're looking for these grocery stores to give that food before it's rotten. And if you have more than, if the Lord has blessed your land to provide more than you could ever need or want, give it away.
There's so many opportunities here too. Is there's a lot of if you are a homestead and you're looking at ways to cash flow and to keep financially moving forward too, there's nothing wrong with growing some extra plants and selling some plants off.
Absolutely.
Who you give and how you give is between you and God, but don't be afraid to go get some cheap seeds, get some transplants started, and turn that 25 cents into $1 or $2 or $3 and sow a beautiful plant that you saw all the way through. There's a lot of opportunities on the homestead if we really know where to look. But there's some conversation here in the side about about old timers. We are all about the old time ways. What's important to keep in mind is if we can keep just one more kid involved or one more neighbor or person involved in raising their food. It wasn't that long ago. We are living in a life of luxury where we can choose. We can choose to go back to the old time ways. We can choose to, pick and choose when and how we kind of do these things. it's all because of those who came before us who didn't have that choice. It was grow food or die.
Yep.
And I mean it. It was grow food or die. And that's a special thing to keep in mind as we do plant these seeds, as we do tend to our gardens, as we do bring this fresh produce to our table.
Yeah.
You know, when this food comes to the family table and we say grace or we give it to neighbors, let's always remember those that came before us. There are so many that have gone to bed hungry every single night, ate maybe once a day,
Yeah.
and that would do anything just to have a bite of a fresh tomato off the vine. Let's keep them in mind as we do this too, and pay respect and be reverent to those that came before. And let's talk about that. Let's remind our youngsters of that too. And I think it helps to put things in perspective too. It really does. And
Yeah.
so it's a beautiful thing to be able to take that seed and put it in the ground, and just let the entire story of the seed just evolve as the season kind of goes on.
Yep.
So, our buddy Yappy's in here. Yappy said he could grow some stuff if he had his mug, but unfortunately for
Oh,
Yappy, the only thing that his mug is growing is like a collective bad breath, and it's like it's going to be like a communal spit cup by the time,
that's so
if he ever gets it,
disgusting.
even if it ever comes
I
back
need to
around to him
sanitize that
again.
thing for him.
But okay, so there were some folks in there that were interested in a bee giveaway. So let me try to do this again. Let's see if I can do it.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
Let's see. Let's go. As I figure this part out, what is one of your most favorite plants to grow every single year?
Oh, just one?
Just one.
Oh, that's not fair. I feel like there's more plants than just one that I love, so I'm not going to do just one. But one of the ones that I can get the biggest yield of, and I usually will get a good harvest from, a rather large harvest from, is beans. And I think beans are so versatile because, and I love them the most probably. I mean, tomatoes are a close second, because I can get a pretty decent yield of tomatoes, but depending on the varieties, I've gotten better over time. But beans, I feel like, are so versatile. Beans, I mean, you can just do dry beans, you can do the shelled beans. You can, save the seeds from those and then can them in the winter when you don't have anything else to do because nothing else is growing. And it's very easy to pass them on, but they yield so much. I mean, one bean creates a plant, just kind of like a tomato, where you can get, I've done cases and cases and cases of green beans, pressure can green beans, and then still had dry beans, snap beans or shell beans, or there's just so many, but they're versatile. I think they come in handy to have.
And what's nice is that with just about with everything we grow, there's ways to put them back, to preserve them, to put them up. But beans are just, I love it. Recently, we made a beautiful dinner of turkey crawl beans with ham hocks.
Yeah.
And it was just, oh man, ham and beans. It was so good. The turkey crawl beans, they just they're soft enough, but they have just enough formed where they're not too terribly mushy. And then you get the smoked the ham hocks in there going, and all that ham hock meat is just pulling off the bone and just shredding and falling apart.
That was a good dinner.
That was a good dinner. I could probably eat again.
Gee, Manelli.
Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead and give away a. Here's what we're going to give away. How about, not a lot of folks have seen this yet.
Oh.
It's been in just a couple of our videos, but it's a Be the Lighthouse Hive tool. It's got our logo on it. It's got hashtag
not going to lose that one
Be
in
the
the
Live
yard.
tool.
That is bright.
This is my favorite size and my favorite shape of Hive tool. These ones here are, I absolutely love them. It's also great. So hashtag Hive tool. So if you'd like to win this Hive tool, hashtag Hive tool. What's cool about the Hive tool is, hey, if you're not a beekeeper, that's cool because these still make great. You can plant with these. They can go right in the dirt, and it's a little wedge. Drop your transplant in, good to go.
That's right. You could use this side to scrape up some weeds.
Right, do a little weeding.
Loosen the soil a bit. That's still good. I mean, other than that, I can't. There's, you always need a good tool for the garden. Am I holding it the wrong way? Why do I feel like I'm
backwards? No, you're good.
I'm good. Okay, there it is. Okay, hashtag Hive tool. That's a fun one. I love when they're brightly colored because then Greg is less apt to lose it in the bee yard or anywhere else that it falls out of your. So for me, I wear a full suit and I don't even feel when it falls out. If I get into something, you get into a vehicle or whatever, I do not feel.
Hey, you never know when you're out there in the garden, you're on the ground, you're weeding, and all of a sudden you hear it. And you hear it, and you look around, you can't see where it is, and all of a sudden it's and it jumps right on top of you. The shrew knows no boundaries. It is no respecter of persons. But if you had a hive tool like this, maybe, just maybe, you could defend yourself.
If you want this thing for gardening or for beekeeping, hashtag Hive tool.
Now, we don't have those yet on the website. We will probably at some point, but we want to give away something special tonight. So that's
it's not cool. Even a released. They can't even buy one if they want one.
No,
it's that special.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys! Yep. I don't even have one of these.
And there's
colors.
not a lot of those ones out there. Oh, pro tip though. Hey, why we got this hive tool?
Okay,
we're all about sharing tips and
what is that thing for?
Real. What
that?
Well, these aren't hive tools.
Oh,
I mean, beekeepers use them as hive tools, but it's a multi-purpose tool. They're used in every handyman has already had one. They're all usually different colors and such. But that's for pulling nails. That part's for pulling nails there. You can
Why did I never see one if you're a handyman and you...
Well, because we don't build it. We don't hand set anything with nails anymore.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of other ways to do that. One little tip.
Learn something new every day.
I wanted to point out to you.
Okay.
Fellas, if your wife has that new couch or that old couch or
help us all.
Save your truck seats too. Every brand new hive tool, they are just as sharp as can be. Okay. One thing that we've always done is I'll take just the grinder with the stone on there and I will round these edges off here. And I will also take this sharp edge off of here.
Because it doesn't need to be that sharp to get into
I'll take that sharp edge. I'll round that off and I'll round these corners off.
And if you don't have one of those handy dandy tool things that you're talking about to unsharpen the edges, Dollar Tree has sanding paper or sanding bricks.
Yeah. Or just see Dollar Tree for
another
the win.
Trip for Dollar Tree.
A brick, sandpaper, you name it. What's important to do is I don't know if you could see it. You probably can't.
We don't want to see your scars.
Can't see the scars.
That's weird.
You can't see the scars here, but I had I think it was probably my first year of beekeeping. I'd put the hive tool in my back pocket with this 90 outwards.
That makes my eye twinge.
So here's my backside. Here's my pocket, and this thing is sticking out.
No.
Well, as you walk and you just walk through the yard, it just goes shloop, and it laid me right open. Something fierce. It was bad. It was deep. It bled. I bled like a stuck pig. And so keep it just gross. A point to consider. Keep those things rounded off, and then think about. I hate to keep saying my hand is my rear, but when you put it back into your pocket, put it with the 90 in towards your rear. So when you go to sit down in the truck, or you're in your pocket, and you finally go home and sit down for a cup of coffee on your wife's couch, you're not going to poke it through, tear up the leather.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let me see if I can figure out how to bring that screen on here. Oh, did I stop the screen? I wanted to share the screen. Okay.
It's okay, Greg. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. 30 entries.
Yes,
Yay.
okay, here we go.
Okay, hive tool. Here we go. Here we go. Now, if you were the winner of the seeds or if you were the winner of the hive tool, please drop us an email. Oh, DC's Bees.
Congratulations. Got the Be the Lighthouse hive tool.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Just drop us an email at naturesimagefarm@gmail.com and give me your address and I'll mail those out, the seeds and the hive tool. So just drop me an email and you can find it on our website. If you don't remember that, just get it on the
Do you own
website.
Stock in Dollar Tree?
I do not. I should, because between me and my children, we go there for cheap, it's birthday present material. Hey, your best friend wants a birthday gift. Well, let's go get their favorite drink, their favorite snack, put it in a Dollar Tree bag and get going. So that's how Mama rolls. Is you want something fun, go to the Dollar Tree.
Well, that's incentivizing kids to work harder, or employees, or anybody is not a bad thing. And
No,
when you
it's
all
a
work
fun
together,
trip.
and it's a
I
win-win
even like the
situation.
Dollar Tree.
So our buddy Ian Stepler, he says his carpenter brother looked at him oddly when he asked him for the Hive tool, and his brother said, "What, the pry bar?" So
That's funny. Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't know that that's what it was. I wondered
Yeah.
why that was in there.
Yeah.
I actually wondered why that was in there.
Pull nails. Well, actually, I think it's a meddler trap, and I done caught one. See what I did there? Oh shoot! Nope.
See, got you on that one.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Is the grasshopper stay on or cricket?
Stays on
Oh,
forever.
it stays on. Okay.
Cool. We got one more giveaway tonight. We're going to go on just for about an hour, and that's going to be it tonight. But one of my favorite plants that you grow, and I never ever get sick and tired of them, is summer squash. Summer squash fried over cast iron with lard for breakfast with eggs. I mean, is absolutely. I mean, it's heaven. For me, it's heaven on earth. That is so good.
And it does not taste at all the same as if you were to try to do that with zucchini. It's the summer squash, the yellow crookneck or straight squash is the best with some eggs.
Oh,
lard,
man, so
you got to
good.
have it in lard or
the
bacon
lard
grease.
makes a difference. Yeah, or bacon grease. Ooh.
It's salt, pepper, or butter, even whatever you've got, really. Just make it work.
Looks like our buddy Keith Spillman knows what's up. Yes, that's good eating.
It's good stuff.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, Lisa, she says fried okra too. Oh man, loves fried squash and fried okra.
He's the only one that likes okra though, so I do too.
Oh,
but
I love it.
It's like I can't get the kids to want to help me do that.
That's okay.
I like
That's
pickled
just
okra.
The pickled okra is really good. Yeah,
I love pickled okra.
Well, before we get off on a tangent, because
Okay,
I feel like it's probably time to eat again.
Hungry.
Well, we're both on keto.
Yeah.
And so now we're eating like every 2 hours, it seems like. But I know no one tuned in here to hear about our keto thing, but we've only been on it for like a week. Between the both of us, we probably lost 15, 16 pounds. So it's amazing.
What winter will do to you.
What winter will do to you. It does tie into what we're talking about tonight. The food that we eat, we are all plagued by convenience foods.
Yes.
And they aren't the best thing in the world for us. They're convenient, they're easy, they're comforting in a lot of ways.
But listen,
they're fast.
If you can drive through your garden for your convenience foods, you got it going. Especially if it's right on your back porch, if you got them in buckets and pails. I mean, it's beautiful. Yep. It's just absolutely beautiful. And if you don't want to grow a garden, grow some flowers.
Scrapple for breakfast. Oh man, that is so good.
Man, everybody's making me hungry.
My stomach, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's actually grumbling.
How much honey can you eat on keto? Well,
I don't think you can eat honey on keto, can you?
Well, I make exceptions to every rule because I'm not married to anything but Mr. Burns here. So my philosophy is if I want it and my body needs it and honey is healthy, then I'm going to do it. So there's that.
Night Yappy. Thanks for jumping in.
Night Yappy.
So
yeah. So let's round it up, dude.
Let's get everything.
I bet everybody wants to go watch something. I mean, the commercial is the funniest part of the Super Bowl, I think.
When
was that supposed to start?
The Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What time is it now? 9? I
Super
think it's
Bowl.
on.
Grow yourself a Super Bowl.
I was so busy into cutting into walls and rewiring this and cutting into that. The only thing I'm interested in watching right now is a cup of coffee.
It's eyelids.
And a little something to eat, and then probably hit the hay for the night. But anyways, so the cheap seed challenge. If you're just tuning in, whether it's the Nature's Image Farm podcast, if you're with us here on the stream team, I'm whipped. I can't even talk straight. If you're here watching live or you're watching this on our YouTube channel on the replay, it's all about the cheap seed challenge.
It's
time for me to punch out of here.
You need
cheap seed chat. Susie, tell everybody what it's all about one more time.
Hashtag cheap seed challenge. We are challenging you to grow your own food this year. And it doesn't have to be all of your own food. Pick something, pick one thing. Just put your one foot in front of the other and grow yourself something fresh. So I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you to take your food and make it your own. Make it your own. Take your food into your own hands and stop buying just one thing. And if that means only your salad greens, or if it's some fresh spinach that you add to a salad, you go and support. If you don't have any room at all and you go and support a local person that's doing that, do it. Just get out there and get something growing. If it's flowers, if it's something edible, some flowers are edible. But I challenge you, take our challenge, grow yourself something delicious this year. Get out there, get yourself into nature, get your hands in the soil and do something good for yourself.
That's awesome. So let's give some seeds away again tonight. Hashtag cheap seed challenge. Go ahead and do that. Hashtag cheap seed challenge. We'll get you entered in here for some free seeds. I'm looking forward to not only us talking about what growing our own food means to us, but I'm looking forward to collaborating with some other YouTube channels, content creators, or folks who just want to get on here and talk about seeds and growing food. If that's you, if you're listening, if you've got a YouTube channel, a podcast, or neither, and you just want to get on here with us and you want to talk about your favorite ways to grow food, ways that we can encourage and inspire each other, shoot us an email. Go to our website at naturesimagefarm.com. Click on the Contact Us. Hit that email. Shoot us an email and say that you'd like to participate in the Cheap Seed Challenge collaboration, and we'll talk and we'll get things going. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to not just only share what we do as videos come out the rest of this year and seeing all that, but we can come together on even some Sunday night chats. We can check in, see how everyone's doing, where the plants are. We love bees. We love all things bees, but we also love growing a garden and the old time ways. And so this is just a fun way where we can keep this going too. So
absolutely,
let's go ahead and let's see.
It's exciting.
You think I can do it again?
Maybe. I don't know. I challenge you.
Cheap seed. Look at you. Here we go.
Challenge.
All right. We're going to draw. Here we go. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Jinx, you owe me not a Coke. No.
Cody Walker,
Yay!
Come on down.
Congratulations, Cody. Shoot me an email and I will get your seeds, your cheap seed challenge seeds shipped out to you first thing. So all 3 winners tonight, please shoot me an email. Find it on our website, naturesimagefarm.com, or email us at naturesimagefarm@gmail.com. And we will get your seeds and Hive tool out to you. Congratulations. We thank you guys for tuning in.
That's right. Make sure you hit up those cheap seeds this week. And hey, whether you're a prepper,
hashtag us,
whether you're a closet tinfoil hat wearer or not, hey, it's never a bad idea to invest in the future, especially investing in food, growing food. And we're going to talk about it a lot more this year. Is one heck of an insurance plan. So let's talk about that too. As you guys go out and source seeds and you start to get things ready, be sure if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, be sure to tag us in it at Nature's Image Farm, and then hit the hashtag Cheap Seed Challenge. That way we can all follow along as you guys do awesome things too. So I really appreciate you guys jumping on tonight and spending some time with us. We love you guys. We love it to spend some time with you. Looking forward to the entire year of just talking all things homestead on the Nature's Image Farm Sunday night homestead chats.
That's right.
Whether you're tuning in on the Nature's Image Farm podcast, watching these YouTube lives with us, or you're watching a replay, we really appreciate you guys. It's that time of year, so let's all grow together. Let's do some awesome things. And as always, remember to be the lighthouse
and be the change that you want to see in this world.
We'll see you next time. See ya.
Night, guys.